Hello again, whiskey friends. This is Kelsey here in the Whiskey Riffs Lounge coming to you live tonight. Well, let's talk turkey. So tonight we're going to be doing a couple of reviews of some turkey products. Let's not spend too much time here. Let's get into it and let's see how this comes out. See you in a couple seconds. Welcome back, guys. So today we're going to be talking about some turkey. You guys know me. I love turkey. I love everything about turkey, from the old stuff to the new stuff. There's some things that I like better than others, but today we're going to be doing a couple of these new releases that came out. The 8-year versus the 12-year, which is essentially 8-year 101 versus 12-year 101. So one's a 1 liter and one's a 750. So with no further ado, we're going to be talking about these boys today. So we're going to be talking about Wild Turkey 8 101. And then also we are going to be talking about Wild Turkey 12-year 101. So let's get into it. We're going to break down the nose, the palate, and the finish on these. We're going to start with the 8-year. So let's get to it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you have any suggestions about anything that you want to see or have comments, if you've tasted these, please make sure you put those comments below so that we can respond and let me hear what you guys think about these two. And if you've tasted them, what you like, what you didn't like, make sure you put it in the comments. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Thank you guys for all your support. Let's get into the nose. So right off the nose, I don't notice a whole lot of difference between the 8-year and the regular 101, if I'm being honest with you. Great notes. I mean, it doesn't smell better or worse than anything else that is 101, but it doesn't it's not some new profile or some new advantage of being 8-year or off the nose. So get your typical notes, a little bit of citrus on the nose, but mostly just like caramel and baking spices. It's really actually pretty delicate on the nose. There's not a lot like this jumping out of the glass at you. Let's go in for a taste, man. See what the front of this palate tastes like. So right up front, super easy to drink. Everything you like about 101 regular. Really sweet, caramel, baking spices. It's kind of thin, doesn't coat like super viscous over the mouthfeel, but it is very delicious. I love this stuff. I mean, it's very, very good. I just think that when you're going to the price point, I think this one was like $100 or close to it for an import. And to me, it just doesn't taste that much better than the regular 101. I will say it's got a little bit more depth on the nose than regular 101. I will say that. But on the front of the palate, pretty much the same. Middle of the palate, not a lot of difference. It brings a little bit more spice, a little bit more oak than on the front. And then on the finish, you get just a little bit of a lingering bit of spice and then a little bit of oak, but then it turns bitter right at the end. It's not a super long finish, but it is a medium to long finish. I mean, at that proof point, I'm still tasting it now, but it kind of turns a little bit bitter on the end. So I was going to put up these scores, but I think I'm going to wait until the very end to put the scores up, just so that you know kind of which one is which, and then see which one really comes out ahead. But overall, guys, this is not like anything that's going to like blow your socks off for what you're normally drinking. It's just something that I feel like they went and they said, let's see what we can do a cash grab for and send it overseas, because that's essentially what's happening here. So with that said, let's move on to the 12-year and get it on the nose. Oh man, this is something else, man. On the nose, it's like confectionery sugar, um, caramel, everything that I love about um, turkey. I mean, it's just great. A little bit more cherry, a lot more fruit forward for a 12 year. This is the one that I was really impressed with when I've got into this. I mean, I'm down half the bottle now and got a backup of it just because I love it so much. But yeah, right off the nose, it jumps out with all these fruit, caramel. It's like way better nose than the 8 year. It's not even close. So let's go in for a taste. Cheers, you guys. Oh man. So right up front, you get a lot of that same sweetness, but a lot more depth. It's a lot more viscous. It's a lot more coating. You get all those fruit notes up front. Really, really digging this one. This one really did well for me on the scorecard, and it's just always hitting all the right spots for me. Okay, on the mid palate of this one, you get a little bit more oak right off the mid palate, a little bit more spice as well. But overall, it's really, really easy to taste, to approach. I mean, this is everything that I want turkey to be. It's really, really good. It's got some depth and some complexity, whereas I feel like I could spend 10, 15 minutes and be okay with the 8 year, but I could spend, 30 minutes, 40 minutes kind of diving into this to see how it changes with time and air. But let's go in for the finish. So on the finish, it's pretty long. It's got a lot more oak to it. And really overall, just a solid, well-rounded, constructed whiskey. So let's get into the scores and let's see how these things ranked. For me, Wild Turkey 8 year flavor score got an 80, 78 on the experience score, and 80 on the value. Like I said, this one was a lot overpriced for what you got. I feel like, it's good, but it's not like great at all. I don't plan to buy another one of these. So next one, we're looking at the 12 year. This one I was super impressed with. 87.5 on the flavor score, 88 on the experience, and in the value. This was about 125 to 150, depending on when you bought it. So overall, for a 12 year age statement, it's still a pretty good value. Overall, very good on everything that this has to offer. If you're going to have the choice to get one of these, obviously get the 12 year. The 8 year is, to me, not any better than the regular 101. It might be a little bit better, but it's not $65, $70 better, than regular 101. So again, guys, this is my breakdown for these two. It's been great doing these. I appreciate so much the support and the comments, you guys. Anything that you have to say, we're here to listen. We're here for you guys. So make sure you put that in the comments. If you guys have tasted these, what you think, something that you picked up on these that I didn't, make sure you write it down so I can go back and read that and then go back to it and see what I'm getting as well. Because everybody has a different palate. Everybody has different likes. And that's what makes whiskey so fun. Guys, thanks for hanging out. We'll see you again soon. And thanks again to all of our patrons for all your support. And we'll see you guys next time.
Jeff, just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends.